This is actually really important. A lot of people, when they try to get their ex back and they go through some of my videos and learn about no contact, they will get the idea that they need to be cold to their ex, that they need to somehow punish their ex or be mean or rude to them, and that that's going to help them get their ex back because it's showing strength. And while it is showing some strength, it's also showing weakness, but it will put a wedge between you and your ex. And so it's very important that you get into their heart. And I'm going to explain how you can do that. The first way that you can get into your ex's heart is the no contact rule. And that might sound a little surprising, but here's how it works. Basically, after the breakup, your ex is focused in a different direction. They want to get away from you. They see their life somewhere else, maybe with someone else. So as I say a lot, if you contact and push and ask them to get back together with you and ask them to reconsider and ask them how they're feeling, you're only going to push them away. You will actually make them feel further away from you, and you will feel to them that you are out of touch. They will think of you as being out of touch with them, out of touch with reality, and that they don't connect with you because the two of you are on such different places. Your ex is on a bit of a mountaintop and you are in a bit of a valley. And so the relationship isn't there. And so when you act as though you don't get that they don't feel for you anymore what they used to, there's a disconnect. That will not help you get into your ex's heart. And so you have to back off to keep them from moving further away, but also so that they will turn and look back at you. And I'm speaking emotionally. You have to get them to wonder about you a little bit, to miss you a little bit, and to have you as part of their day again. And the way that you do that is by not being there so that they can actually think about you, and it's something that is conceived within them. It's not you putting yourself there. When it starts inside of them, it is exponentially more powerful. And that's what you need as far as a first step. If you do these other things that I mentioned without this one, it will not work. It will only push them away, and it will look like you're out of touch and that you don't understand, that you don't get your ex. And they have to feel like you get them. As a matter of fact, that's really important. Even in the breakup, they have to feel like you understand them. And how you show them that, you give them the breakup. That's how you show you understand what's going on inside of them. And that is your ticket. That is the door to these other things so that you can get into the heart of your ex. And if you don't get into the heart of your ex, you will not get them back. So listen carefully. Number 2, don't show anger. Because when someone's angry at us, when they are yelling, when they're saying cold or rude, hateful things, we feel that they don't understand us. Why do we feel that way? Because we tend to justify our own actions, and we know our thoughts. And a lot of times we have difficulty explaining those. But when we have what we think are good intentions, or we have no choice, and the other person responds in anger, even though we might not think of it in these terms, we feel that they don't understand us. So if, as I mentioned in the previous comment, you are begging and pleading and trying to get them back after a breakup and saying, let's just work this out, let's just talk this out, they think you don't understand them. And when you show anger, you further underline the fact that you don't understand them, because your ex will feel attacked by your anger. And whenever someone is attacking us, we feel they don't get us, they don't understand us, or else they wouldn't be attacking us, because we know our heart, we know our thoughts, we know ourselves better than this other person does. And so we assume there's something they don't know, or else they wouldn't be treating me this way. So you are basically revealing your ignorance of their heart, their character, their personality, and who they are. That will drive you even further away. So avoid anger like the plague. Do not show it to your ex. Early on, right after the breakup, some frustration, some anger is normal, natural, and will probably show up. I'm not talking about if you did that you ruined it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, going forward, anger should not be a regular response to your ex, and you should avoid it. Number 3, your best friend in all of this, besides no contact, will be memories that the two of you share. And so when your ex starts to interact with you, reach out some, or you have to interact with them socially, like at a job or school, or if they are in groups on social media that you're on and you see their comments and maybe they like some of yours, it will be a good thing for them to think back on memories that you two have, and any kind of interaction where you can insert those memories, where you can mention them casually. Don't look like you're trying to do it on purpose, and be subtle. Just one memory, or mentioning something indirectly. So for example, you can mention that you miss a certain town that you two went to, or a line from a movie that you two saw together, or that you had a favorite dish at a restaurant that you two used to go together. That's where you are basically giving them a clue about the memory. You're not saying that, do you remember when we went to this place? Do you remember when we did these things and how much fun we had together and what a great time it was? You're not saying that, but you are seeding their thoughts so that they can think about that and remember how close you two were and how much fun you had. What a great time the two of you had together when you were a couple in the past. And so inside jokes, inside stories, those things help with this. So anytime that you are able to interact with your ex, and when I say able, I mean that it is initiated by them, or it sort of happens just because you're seeing them out in public, you're seeing them at school, at a job, and it's something where you don't want to be rude and ignore them. You just casually say hello, and then they start to extend the conversation. That's when you can mention some of these things that will help. Just be careful how you do it. Be casual and subtle, and be brief. Don't be afraid to say a few things and then say, well, I need to get going. If you left the memory seeds, you can do that, and it can still be effective. And so when your ex is away from you, they can think about these memories, and it can actually cause emotional connection even though you're not there in front of them. So it's a great way to get into your ex's heart, and it is high on the list. Before I get to number 4 through 7, click the subscribe button below so you can be notified when I have more videos like this, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified the exact second that I post a new video. Number 4, listen to your ex. And what I mean by that is that if they feel that they can tell you about what's going on with them, facts and feelings of their life, without your judgment, without your anger, if they feel like they can talk to you, that you're a good listener, they will feel that you understand them. And that's a theme that I keep mentioning, that they will feel understood by you. They will feel known by you. And see, that's where intimacy comes from. These things that I'm mentioning are either good for intimacy or hurt intimacy, and in which case I'm telling you not to do them, like with anger. And so when you listen to them, they feel that you are someone who has heard their story, who's heard their details, and that causes them to feel closer to you. That's really what makes us feel close to anyone, is that we talk and we share, and this other person is receiving this. So while it's good that you say some things, it's so important that they feel you hear them, that they see you, witness you, and experience you listening to them as they tell you about their life, which is what they're doing when they tell you anything. Listening will open the door wider to the heart of your ex. Number 5, I mentioned in my emergency breakup kit, which you can get more information about at myexbackcoach.com. It's a guide to help you get your ex back. And that 5th step is don't lie. When you lie to someone, you are hiding from them. And so it prevents them from feeling close to you. When you're hiding, they're not able to see into you, to see the facts and the feelings of your life, because not only are you giving them false information, but they don't trust you. And when they can't trust you and they can't see into you, you are blocking intimacy. You are preventing them from feeling closer to you, and you are putting walls up around their heart that you will not be able to penetrate while you're lying to them. And it will take a while to recover from that. So stay away from lies. Be truthful, and when you feel like that the truth is damaging or it's not appropriate in the moment, change the subject if you can. Ask if maybe you could talk about it later, or only give them the details they need. But avoid being dishonest with them. A lie will harm the dynamics between the two of you, even if they don't find out. But if they do find out, you will make it to where they look at you as someone who they cannot trust and who has ulterior motives. They will see you as disconnected from them. Number 6, extremely important. Do not betray confidence. That's another reason I tell you, don't go talking to your friends about the breakup. Because a lot of times, first of all, they overestimate their ability to help you. And so they'll go to your ex sometimes and say, she cried all night. She won't go anywhere. She misses you so bad, which will actually harm your chances in most situations. But also, if you say something they take out of context and they tell your ex is going to think that you're talking badly about them or even talking about them at all. If they know that you are, They don't know what you're saying. And so it's a bit unnerving. It feels like someone's invading personal things about you when they are talking about you, even if you don't know what's being said. And so it begins to feel like you are talking about them behind their back. And that will erode feelings of closeness. It certainly won't help bring them back when that's what you need. They should feel like their name is safe on your lips, that you're not going to talk badly about them. You're not going to share matters that are only between the two of you. And that's where at a breakup, be careful who you talk to, because you never know what will make your ex feel like you betrayed their confidence, that you spoke out of turn, that you shared things that shouldn't have been shared and should have just been kept between the two of you. That will keep you out of your ex's heart. Number 7, when you get opportunity, when you do interact with your ex. So some of you are really hoping that that happens. And so it's important for you to listen to this. So when it does, you'll know what to do. When they start coming towards you, when they start talking to you, it's important to be playful. People who are playful and joke with us a little bit and mess with us, pick at us slightly, but not hurtfully, we feel like they know us so well that we have this connection that we don't with other people. It's mostly flirting. And it's something that you can do, even if it's under the guise of you not pursuing them. So if they're just interacting with you, feel free to be playful, to joke with them a little bit, to mess with them a little bit, to be a little bit silly. It's a great way to bolster the connection that you have with them, to restore it, and to get into your ex's heart. I talk a lot about this, by the way, in my emergency breakup kit. So those are 7 ways to get into your ex's heart. This has been Coach Lee, and as always, thank you for watching.